Well, welcome back to Crooked Hooking, everybody. It is great to see you. Just like I said, we aren't just an aviation channel. We also do kayak fishing, boating, and all kinds of other cool things as well. Primarily, though, we do aviation videos. Right now, we are fishing in the swamp. I love fishing in the swamp. There are so many cool things that you can see out here. So much different wildlife. It's so enjoyable. So today, we're going to do some kayak fishing. I'm all rigged up and ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly what we're going to be using to start off with. If we do pretty good, I'm thinking that we're going to go ahead and transition into different specialty lures that I've made, and I'm hoping that they turn out pretty good. I've never really used them before, but it's going to be awesome if they do work. So let's get this adventure started and let's get going. Alrighty, it is a little bit of a windy day today, so hopefully you guys can hear me all right. But today, this is what we're going to be starting off with. This is a nice emerald green finesse lure that we have here. This is a home pour that I've made with all different types of scents, using different fish oils from all different types of species, and these things work great. When the fish hit them, they last, or they hang on extremely long, and it makes the fight even more enjoyable. So today we're fishing in the swamp, and I love fishing in the swamp because there are all kinds of different fish that are in here. You have snakeheads, carp, bowfin, different types of bass that are in here. It's a lot of fun. Now when you do catch the snakehead, it is good to remove them because they are an invasive species, but there are all kinds of awesome things that are in here. So let's go ahead and cast around and see what all we can hook into. Another thing that's awesome about fishing in the swamp is these fish, they're not really used to like larger lakes that are constantly fished. Now the fish do react the same, but I noticed these fish pull and fight extremely hard, and it makes it a lot of fun to fish in the swamp because the fight is just that much more aggressive. I like to target these hydrilla spots, these algae spots, especially on a hot summer day. You have all the fish that like to hide out underneath of them. So I like to go for these if I can. Sometimes I rig up a topwater lure, and that's pretty fun as well. Oh, there we go. Nice. Wow. That's a good one. Look at that. Oh, man. Look at how he pulls. Come here, buddy. Oh, right underneath. There we go. Wow. Let me get my tweezers here so I can get the hook out. There we go. Chomping on me and everything. Look at this bass. Oh, that's a nice fish. He's bleeding pretty good. All right, let him go back in. What a nice fish. Alrighty, buddy. Nice fish. Hopefully you guys got an awesome view of that. Right here in the little cover, all I'm using, I gotta unclamp it here. All I'm using is just a simple emerald green colored finesse worm, and this thing just inhaled the crap out of it. That was a nice fish. That was an awesome fish. Oh, smaller bass came out of nowhere. Wow. The hook and everything's gone. Alright, well, we gotta go ahead and re-rig up. Be back with you in 1 minute. Alright, so we went and just re-rigged up a darker finesse worm here. Now, I also like to use the swivel on my lines. Now, a lot of people, they say, oh, that's not professional, that's an amateur fisherman. Well, I'm here to tell you, this makes changing out a lure so much faster. So while you're out there retying, cutting your line, and shrinking your line even further, I'm now back in the water fishing while you're fiddling around with your line. That's just my preference. I don't like to do what everybody else in the world is doing. I like to do my own thing. Just makes it a heck of a lot easier and more enjoyable. Alright, so there was a bass that was just cruising around here. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can get him to come back out. Yep, there you go. Smaller bass, but I'll take it. Yep, smaller little guy. These guys are just as feisty, just as aggressive. Awesome fish. That's Swan over there struggling. It's like, damn, this stuff is thick. Well, now you know how I feel on a kayak. It's the same way. Oh. Oh. Must have scared a couple of carp right in front of me. Some of the things I like about this marsh is you can kind of see out here all this really thick hydrilla buildup. I like to fish these open spots. That's usually where there's a lot more fish hanging out. Sometimes you can get a nice topwater bite within the hydrilla. The thicker it is, the harder it is to get the topwater bite. If you're fishing weedless, it's a little bit alright. Sometimes you get stuck, but I try to go where it's a little bit thinner hydrilla, and the topwater seems to be a much better bite that way. Plus, you don't have to clean off your hook as much. Ah. There we go. There we go. There we go. See how they fight? Look at that. He's probably a little small one. Oh, he's in the hydrilla now. Look at that. Look at him dig. And that's what's so crazy. These are such smaller fish, but they dig so strong. It's insane. Awesome fighting. Let's see, there were a whole bunch in this spot. And what's funny is, there was one that kind of pecked the tail off of my worm. So I'm gonna see if there's any more hanging around. It's crazy how awesome those fish fight. Oh, God, that was a nice one. That was a nice one. Whenever you see that big wake right behind that lure, that's usually a big fish. Oh. Let's see if we can get him to come back out. Well, I think that's about going to do it for today's fishing adventure. It was a lot of fun, and the bite was actually a little bit harder than what I was expecting. I was actually kind of thinking that the bite on a nice summer day like today would be a little bit better, but it wasn't. Just a little bit slower, and that's fine. I got some fish, not even complaining at all a little bit. If you guys did like today's video, make sure to hit that subscribe button, drop a comment down below, also hit that like, and until next time, I'll see you on another flying adventure.